Bonjour mes amis, today I'd like to share with you how do I use Duolingo to learn French. Right now, at the moment, I finished 1/4 of B1. Please let me know in the comments below where you up to at the moment. Okay, let's dive in. So first, I like to talk about vocabularies because I use Duolingo mostly for vocabularies, for memorizing vocabularies. So let me tell you where you can check how many vocabularies you have at the moment. This is the screen and you can choose the second one. That's a blue dumbbell and you press that and you will see there is words and you choose this one and now I have 2,920 and please let me know how much you have at the moment. I was curious what does it mean, so I like to share that with you. I did a little bit of research on that. For A1, which means beginner, you will have 1,000 vocabularies. That means you can chat with other people about simple day-to-day life. A2 is elementary, and by A2 you will have 2,000 vocabularies, which means you can communicate in day-to-day life and talk about your past experiences. B1 is intermediate, which is 3,500 vocabularies. With this amount of vocabularies, you can communicate your work. B2 is advanced intermediate, which has 4,000 vocabularies above. And with these, you would be able to talk about cultures and politics and more complicated topics. I want to share with you how many units does Duolingo have in total. I don't know why Duolingo doesn't show you that ahead, but I did a little bit research on that because I'm curious how much workload I will have. There are 272 units in total, which means if you do 1 unit a day, in theory, you can finish in 9 months. Just in theory, because my goal was to finish 1 unit per day, but now I'm still at a B1. So I started Duolingo in February 2024. Sometimes I would do 2 units a day. Sometimes I can only do 1 quick lesson. Sometimes I can't even find any time to open up my app. But my goal is to finish 1 unit per day, which takes me usually 3 hours. So let me break each sections down. For A1, you will see the Duolingo later has the Duolingo French score is 30. For A1, if you finish A1, you will have 30, right? So which includes Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. In Section 1, you will have 10 units. In Section 2, you will have 22 units. In Section 3, you will have 21 units. So in total, A1 you will have 53 units. That's not a small number. That's gonna take you a while to finish A1. A2, if you finish A2, you will get the French score, Duolingo French score of 60. So that is Section 4, which is 46 units. And B1, if you finish B1, you will get Duolingo French score of 100, and which includes Section 5 and Section 6. Section 5 has 51 units, and Section 6 has 49 units, which means B1 has 100 units. And for B2, if you finished B2, you will have a Duolingo French score of 130, and which includes Section 7 and Section 8. Section 7 has 36 units and Section 8 has 37 units. So in total, B2 has 73 units. So basically, only B1 has 100 units. All the others has approximately like 50, a little bit more than 50 or a little bit less than 50. So to finish Duolingo French, you will finish 272 units. If you can do 1 unit a day, you can finish that in 9 months. The third part is I want to share with you how do I use my Duolingo. The first thing I want to say is that I always read the grammar first before I get started to practice. And you can see, I'd like to show you, you can see the little book icon here. And you can press that, you can see a little grammar key phrases and grammar points here. I usually read through this, try to understand what is what, and then I start to practice. I think this is the most efficient way to learn. In each unit, there are usually 3 stars. It looks like this. And within each star, there are usually 6 lessons. It looks like this. I finished the first 3 of the 6. For each star, I usually spend 1 hour, which means I usually can finish 1 unit in 3 hours on average. All the other icons, please look, besides the stars, all the other icons are, for me, they are just small fun games. They're not essentials. For example, the stories, this one, stories, it's good, but it's not very important. And for this one, the video call with the Lily, I think this is not worth the effort for me. So whenever I see this one, I just skip it. Okay, I'd like to give you a small advice. I would prefer to use a whole chunk of time to do Duolingo instead of small pieces of time. I know the app is designed to help people learn languages in their pieces of times, but for me, because every time I pick it up, my brain needs to warm up. If I just use my pieces of time, I couldn't finish 1 unit in 3 hours. I could, it could be 5 hours, 6 hours. So I would prefer after Jenny went to sleep, or when Jenny is in the daycare. I remember during those days I can finish 2 units a day. That's my husband taking care of Jenny. I mean, if you can, if you have a choice, I would recommend you to do that in a whole chunk of time instead of pieces. Last but not the least, I'd like to share again with you of my formula to learn French. Number 1, in-person group class. Number 2, a private tutor. Number 3, Duolingo. Number 4, a real-life opportunity chat with people, real people. Number 5, ChatGPT. So how do I do this? The first one, why do I like in-person group class? Because I also inspired by other students' mistakes, how they pronounce a sound easily or clearly wrong sound. For me, it's like a car race. Instead of me just driving on a highway, I would like to know what the other drivers are going fast or slow. Where I am in the frontier or just way behind. I like to know that. So that's a group class would give you. And also it's easier to do workshop, dialogue practices instead of just yourself. By the way, make sure your classes is not too big because right now in my current school, in one of our courses, there are a lot of students. To be honest, not everybody can get a chance to practice every day. So it's a problem. So make sure your class is like around 10, a little bit bigger than 10 or a little bit smaller, lesser than 10 people would be ideal. Number 2, private tutor. Currently my private tutor is Brendan, my husband. We would do dialogues, role play every day, sometimes morning, sometimes in the night when Jenny went to sleep. For example, I really like to show you this one, but any book, if you're using Edido is great too. So for example, let me quickly show you one dialogue. It looks like this. Not long. And before we do this, I would play the audio and we would listen carefully about the right tone. When we do dialogues, we would try to mimicking the French way of speaking their languages. Both me and my husband feel like we improved a lot. For example, if we just practice now And when we pick up Jenny, we would use those phrases we just learned. And the more we use it, the more it's more comfortable to us. For me personally, I would feel like this is a foreign language. For me, to be honest, it's more like a tongue twister than a day-to-day language to me. So I need to memorize it. I need to practice so many times, make my mouth, make my tongue so comfortable. It's like building a muscle memory. It's one day you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to stand there and think about the grammar, which word I choose. It just slip, right? It just slip. So that's the goal. So that's why we practice this. And there are like 40 dialogues in this book. Our goal is to finish this book in 1 year. Hopefully, after this one, we can do dialogues with real life people more confidently. And then Duolingo. Again, I use Duolingo for vocabularies. So just repetitive practices helps me to memorize all these vocabularies. I remember there are so many moments in my class when I need to use form sentences, use something to express myself. Somehow all these vocabularies I learned in Duolingo, which never came up in my class, it just occurred to me. And I found it I'm so glad I used Duolingo so much. It's just in my head. I can use it whenever I want it. Number 4 is real life opportunity chat with French people. To be honest, I'd like to correct it by French people. Sometimes you would feel it's annoying, but for me, this is what I need. I can give you an example. In my class, we practiced so many times about the words course and cours, courses and grocery shopping. That's the same word. The spelling the same, except the pronunciation is different. The courses, the S is silent. So even you want to say 2 courses, you still say de cours. You don't pronounce S at the end. But for grocery shopping, that's fait du course. You pronounce S. I know that. I practiced so many times in classes, but I just couldn't remember. But one day I was chatting with Jenny's daycare staff, chatting, and I was corrected by Jeremy, one of the staff members in Jenny's daycare. I just instantly I remember that. It's just it's like a magic moments when you're corrected by real life people. It's easier for you to remember for the rest of your life. You know, so maybe it's the embarrassment at the moment help you to remember that. Jeremy wasn't trying to embarrass me. He's been trying to help many times, and he said many times that he's very impressed by my improvement. So I'm glad. The last one is ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT in a very specific way in terms of Duolingo. So every time if I make mistake and I don't understand, I would just do a screenshot and send to ChatGPT right away, just the picture, and I don't even have to explain what's wrong, I don't understand, what's the mistake, what's going on. ChatGPT will with just one picture, ChatGPT will tell me what's the grammar, what's the problem, what could be the reason I made mistakes. So that's very, very good. And I would recommend the same thing to you. This is my experiences of how do I learn French with my Duolingo. I hope this is useful. If you like this video, please give a like. And Brendan's gonna make another video about his experiences with Duolingo, and it's gonna come in soon. And if you're interested in expat life in France, if you're curious about culture, languages, daily life, and challenges here, please subscribe, and I will see you soon. À la prochaine!